So this is an intro for the Headless Horseman paint job. I did do an intro before and I've lost it. But it was just pretty much saying we've bought this Headless Horseman from Homesense and we're going to tweak him. So let the tweaking commence. So it is Headless Horseman Day. He is going to get a little makeover. Not too much of a makeover, but he is going to get a makeover. I have prepared myself. I've got my little apron on because I'm sick of ruining t-shirts. I do have a little Headless Horseman sign right there. So yeah, this was from Homesense and we just thought it needed tweaking a bit. But not drastically, just a paint job. Well, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll show you because it's so much easier. Right. So, this is what we're going to do. I think I'm going to paint the eyes and the mouth and the nose of the pumpkin black. I'm going to put a bit of detailing on that. Not too much though, because it's quite nice as it is. I'm going to emphasise the blood on his neck. It's quite well done, that. But I just want to make it a bit more red. His jacket's going a darker blue. This I'm going to do maybe a little bit darker. Grey pants. The boots might just stay like that because they're pretty good as they are. I might just go over them with a little bit of silver. We shall see. And then hopefully I'm going to get some grass on here. So that is what we're going to do. Cut the tags off. This does light up. Where is it? Is there somewhere? Is there somewhere? Here we go. Not showing the green eyes, but there's not much I can do about that, is there? But hey ho, let's get painting. I'll turn it off now. Turn it off. There you go. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. So this is the first coat. I quite like the look of that because it's quite a dark blue. So what I'm going to do now is just go over it with a bit of black here and there. These are going to go black, and then I'm going to do silver buttons. Oh yeah, his gloves are going to go black. Cuffs, maybe black, we'll see. Inside his coat here I want black. But yeah, I'm impressed with the colour of that coat. It looks light on the camera, but it's not. It's actually darker in person. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I made this as well. Made that. It's not black, it's a very, very dark blue. So I might go over parts of it with that as well. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm painting inside his coat with this really dark blue, but I think I'm going to go over it with black because I feel the inside needs to be black. But I thought I'll paint it first and then see how I feel. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better in darker colours. Too nice in the lighter colours, isn't it? So I have just been watching Casino. Well, I watched Casino the other day, but I've just been watching the extras and how close the film is to the actual real life story. And it's really, really interesting. Learned a lot. Every day's a school day. So yeah, there we are. Quite like that actually. So I'll carry on with this, and then we'll see if we're going to keep it blue or make it a bit darker. Let's paint that. I'm going to paint the little buttons silver. Need some more paint on my brush. Lovely. Bloody lovely, yeah. Not sure if the camera will be picking up right, but it's looking pretty good. So I've painted the pumpkin. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. I've just painted the black. I will go and do some like little highlights and bits after, but I'm just going to let that dry. I had started painting this, but like I said, I hadn't pressed record. So yeah. So I thought what I'll do is I'm going to paint all of it, and then I'm going to dry brush some silver onto these. What are these called? If you know, put it in the comments. I bet it's a fancy name for them. Painting that. Paint this one, then I'll do the other side. Can't believe I wasn't pressing record. That is so annoying. So if you get one of these, will you repaint it or will you keep it as is? It did look nice as it is, but with our other one being black with purple like accents, it's, you know, only right to make him dark. So here is an updated, yeah. So here's an update on the paintwork. I'm very impressed with how it's going. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to touch up, well not touch up, I'm going to dry brush silver onto his buttons. I've done the pumpkin, I like the way that's turned out. So I'll just do the silver on his jackets, then we'll call it a day for today. So here is the Headless Horseman, not finished, but we've done a lot. We've done his jacket, we've done his gloves, we've done the pumpkin. So all that I want to do next is the pants and the shirt and the grass. Oh, and a little bit of blood on his head. Might put a bit of a lighter brown on the axe, not too sure yet. But yeah, that is him so far. Yeah, like it. I think it looks way better than what he did. So yeah, I don't think I'll go too much darker on the shirt. But yeah, the pants definitely need to be a bit darker. And like I said, we'll put some grass on here. So what do you think of this guy? Let's turn that camera that way. It keeps going on to my face. It's got face tracker. And he ain't got a face, he ain't even got a head. But yeah, I'm impressed with the paint job so far. I can't wait to get him finished. I didn't have to put him on mud or grass, but I think I'm going to put him on grass. I might even add a couple of pumpkins. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, there we are. Right, let's bring on the next day. So we're back. Hopefully this will be finished today. So what I am going to do is, I've decided I'm going to fill the nostrils in on the pumpkin because I feel like he looks like an angry pig. You see him? And now I've noticed it, I can't unnotice it. So I did spray his jacket with sealant, so that's all good. We're going to add a bit of blood to the neck, fill the piggy nostrils in, paint this, paint these. I don't think I'm going to put grass on the bottom. I'd have thought about that at a random time in the middle of the night. You know, when you wake up needing a wee and end up thinking about Headless Horseman. So yeah, I might just put a different brown on there just to bring out the wood effect a bit more. But yeah, so I'm going to leave his boots because I like them as they are. I'm going to leave the base. So I need to paint this, axe, blood, boosh, done. So what do you think of him so far? And also, have you watched this? So this is what I'm going to watch today. I've watched Casino the last couple of days, all the extras and all that malarkey. But today I'm going to watch Erie, Indiana. If you haven't watched this, you should do, because it is so cool. So yeah, have a quick slurp. And yeah, get this on, paint this geezer.
To whom it may concern, if you're reading this document, it means I'm either dead or have disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Pumpkin, the little pig nose, I sanded it back more because I wasn't happy with it, but now I am. So that is finished, that's going to dry. Now we're going to start on the shirt. So I've done the blood. What I am going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of resin on there just to make it a little bit shiny, a little bit bloody, a little bit juicy. So I'm going to try and do this on a tilt, which isn't the best thing to do, but and again I'm do stupid things. Put that on there, little and often. That's how I work with this stuff. That'll literally take seconds to dry. Yeah. So I'm not going to put it on the outside, because that is going to be dried blood. See, I like this blood. It's got a lot of different colours in it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. But you've got some light patches, you've got some dark patches. There you go. So there's his juicy neck. So now I'm going to put a bit of colour on the axe. Not a lot. I'm just going to go over with a little light brown. Dry brush a bit of light brown over the top. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to add a bit of blood here, I think. Because the Headless Horseman did cut heads off, didn't he? So I think just a tiny, tiny hint of blood. Put it on the back because I don't really see the back. So I'm going to have to do this pretty quick as it goes on. I'm going to have to set it, because otherwise it's going to drip all the way down. And that's what I don't want to happen. And then when this is dry, I'm going to go over it again with the paint. Just to bulk out these bits. Well, not bulk out, but you know, just cover them so they don't look so what's the word? So resin. There you go. What do you think of that? It looks pretty cute. Yeah, I like that. Cute. Very, very, very cute. Loving it. Oh yeah. I like them drips. Don't have to do another one now. So I don't talk too much when I'm making stuff, because I have to really concentrate. There we go. I like that. Very effective, don't you think? Nice little bloody axe for you there. What do you think? Yeah, like that. Work it. I like it a lot. So I've just had a thought. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Well, I do know I'm going to do it. I don't know how or where to place it. So, Headless Horseman, yeah? Love the axe. Love the way the axe has come out. I want to do mud on the base. Then I want to do a Sleepy Hollow sign behind him. But I want it to be like... I can't have it between his legs there, because what sign do you have that's low? So I didn't have to do it on a sign like... From the side, his jacket comes out. But I don't know if that would work. I mean, I'd love a Sleepy Hollow sign on that. But I do think he needs mud. Put a bit of mud on his boots as well. But I really want to add a Sleepy Hollow sign now. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, because there's nowhere really to put the sign. Right. Stick for the sign, the post. If I had it, say, there. Let me just get it down a bit. Right, so if I had the sign coming like that, but coming about this high, Sleepy Hollow. I don't know, still. I suppose you could have it like that. Yeah, I don't think there's enough room. I really don't. So, scrap the sign. Scrap the sign. Make some mud. So here is the finished product. He has some nice blood on his neck and his axe. I'm so glad I added the blood to the axe. It just adds a bit of something. So we painted everything apart from the axe head and the boots. But I'm very impressed with how he's turned out. I also added this base, which you saw me do. So I wanted to make it like it was wet mud. Because if you watch Sleepy Hollow on that, I'm sure he comes out from the tree, of course, but it's like all slimy and gooey and whatever. So I thought, I want this to be like wet, sloppy mud. And it's worked out really well. So what I did with that was I sealed it with a gloss sealant, and then this is Spanish moss. Because if you're in like a cornfield or a hayfield or something like that, that's the effect I wanted, with like little bits of, it's not straw, but it looks like straw. What else? The pumpkin, got rid of the nose, or the pig nostrils, shall we say. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how he turned out. That's the back of him. Love it. So yeah, I'm really happy I've done it. Let me know in the comments if you think it looked better before or if it looks better after. Me personally, I love him after. We do have the lights. Oh, I just don't like the lights. I wish they were even. I wish they were looking one way. Where's the switch? There's a switch. say, that's just so annoying. And then this, I thought I'd show this in comparison. This was last year's little Holy Grail piece. And turn that one on. Where's that? So I prefer the pumpkin. I like that statue, but I do like him. Don't get me wrong. So when we got him, he was, if I remember, it was like he wasn't a dark black. It was just, is it on the bottom in fact? Yeah, so it was like that. Like a grey black. And I knew straight away what I wanted to do with him. So I sprayed him, wasn't a gloss black, I sprayed him matte black, I'm sure I did. And I have a metallic purple, so I just like dry brushed it on, so in certain lights you can actually see he is slightly purple. But there are the two Headless Horsemen. Totally different paint jobs. But yeah, I love him.
Oh, did you think you were finished with that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh.
Coming soon.
Don't wanna